Hello, this is Channel 74 News. We are broadcasting live from Venezuela. My name is Estela Churchill.
And I'm Juan Carlos Devlin. Venezuelan citizens have been protesting against President Nicolas Maduro and his government, largely because of the lack of basic goods and high levels of crime. This is mostly a political and a social event.
Since February, protesters have believed that Nicolas Maduro was trying to reach agreements with them, but that was not the case.
Then, in late March, pro-government military gunmen shot into crowds of protesters in Venezuela. Protesters are outraged that Nicolas Maduro has done nothing to stop this.
In early April, in efforts to end the violent protests, President Maduro met with opposition leaders, and many thought this would not be enough, and they were right.
In mid-April, President Maduro made it seem like he was trying to negotiate, while the country fell apart around him. Major companies like Coca-Cola, Brinks, and DirecTV were losing major amounts of money because Venezuelan stocks are crashing. The protests were directly causing the economy to crash.
In late April, news broke out that major media outlets have been falsely reporting the protests. The protests have been much more violent than the news had made them out to be. The total death toll of 41 was actually security guards and innocent citizens and not the protesters that many believed.
Then, in mid-May, students began actively protesting against the government as well. Hundreds of students were arrested. However, today, 155 of those students were freed. President Nicolas Maduro said these student protests were created by the U.S.
Wow, that is just awful.
Yeah. And now, we have an exclusive interview with Geraldo, a Venezuelan protester himself.
So, Geraldo, what is your opinion on President Nicolas Maduro?
I don't like him.
Okay, that's all the time we have left today. Thanks, Geraldo. That was really something.
We have a chart showing the death toll of the Venezuelan protests so far. So, what do you think will happen, Estela?
I think that President Maduro will be overthrown and a new president will be elected.
Yes, I think many of the protesters will get what they wanted to achieve, like more civil rights and less inflation.
And basic goods.
And now, here's Mateo Evans with breaking news on the Mexican drug cartels.
Thanks, Juan Carlos and Estela. As you may know, drug cartels in Mexico have been extremely active recently, especially in such gangs as Knights Templar. Starting in March, Jose Santiago Valencia Sandoval faked his own death by posing with red paint. This was in order to leave Knights Templar and join the self-defense militiamen. We have a picture of this event. And here's the picture of the event. In early April, gang member Juan Garcia was captured and charged with illegal trafficking of drugs, guns, and money. We have exclusive video of this event. We have an artist sketch of the leader of the drug cartel who we believe was in this video. In other news, Jose Martinez is locked up and being charged with 9 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. He told police he committed over 30 murders as a member of Kingpins. Mid-April was rather interesting when former mayor of Apatzington, Mexico, Uriel Chavez Mendoza, former Knights Templar leader, was found to be extorting money from city council members. He forced each person to hand over 20,000 pesos, which is equivalent to $1,500. The end of April brought the end of freedom for Carlos Raymond Castro Rocha, as he was caught trafficking 10 kilos of heroin worth over $1.2 million. He faces 10 years to life in prison. In May, Knights Templar found it becoming increasingly harder to smuggle drugs across the U.S. They temporarily changed their business to a lime transport company. They steal limes from farm owners and sell them because limes have become more expensive after a bad winter and with Mardi Gras on the way. I believe drug trafficking will only get worse in the future based on how it has increased over twice as much over the past 10 years.
Thanks everyone, I'm Estela.
I'm Mateo.
And I'm Juan Carlos.
And we're
Channel 74 News.
What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know